Now, here in Portugal, when you go shopping, I mean, they have the malls. The Portuguese love their malls, but you also can still find little kiosks like this, where you can have your fruits and your, find some beer and some other, vegetables and stuff like that inside, and some drinks, of course. And the smaller part of town you're in, the less likely you're going to find a real restaurant, or a grocery store, or a grocer, or grocery as some people like to call it. Now, here, you get your fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables here, you don't get a lot of options. It's kind of surprised me, but it's usually okay, and it is, edible, and you will be fine. Another little thing here, I'm in Bairro still, is you see these blue tiles here? It's called azulejos. Very nice thing, traditional Portuguese blue tile. You'll see them in lots of buildings. They're not always blue. Sometimes they're red, sometimes they're green, sometimes they're yellow. Yeah, but it's a very traditional thing, very typical. Okay, you see it a lot of places. Another little tip for you. Taxis here in Portugal. One went by, he's way up on the hill. Taxis here are very cheap. Okay, just make sure they turn the meter on. Otherwise, you'll be fine. I mean, it's no problem. The guy's usually helpful. If you're not going that far, sometimes they'll complain, but in general, it's not a problem. If you put luggage in the back, they have an extra charge for it that they put on at the end. Okay, just so you know. Now, today's topic, the topic we do now, is prepositions. Now, not all prepositions. I'm just going to give you a few prepositions for you to work on. Okay? Now, if I can get all in there. Now, from this, I'm going to talk about de, which is first off de. Okay? Which means of or from. So, eu sou de América. I'm from America. Eu sou da América. This is my bag. Also, de works for kind of the possession. Because in Portuguese, you do not say Mark's bag. You say the bag of Mark. Okay, so it's a mochila. Backpack. Mochila. Backpack. A mochila do Mark. Backpack of Mark. Now, I told you that de is the word for of or from. But in Portuguese, you have the articles, and when you put the articles and the prepositions together, you make kind of contractions. Okay, so with de, you have de plus o, because Mark's masculine, so do. Feminine, so it's like Jocelyn, Jocelyn, the girl, so you say da Jocelyn. Okay, o filho da Jocelyn, the son of Jocelyn. Okay, so like that. Okay, and you're going to see it a lot. You'll see, a casa da Maria. Maria's house, a casa, the house, da Maria, of Maria. Okay? If you're coming back from someplace, you also use de. It's like, estou a chegar do aeroporto. I'm arriving from the airport. Estou chegando de Londres. I'm arriving from London. Okay? Next, we have a, which means to or at. Estou a casa. I'm at home. Estou a casa. Eu vou a casa. It also can mean I'm going to a place. So it's your at or to. So eu vou a casa. I'm going home. Okay? And when you do the put it together with the articles, you're going to have ao. Okay? We're going to the house, or what do you want? Ao port. I'm going to the port. Ao port. To the ao port. Then you have other things. Next you have em, which means it's in, or on, or at. Okay? So it's em, but it sounds like em. It's an n because remember, m at the end sounds like an n sound. Okay? So, estou em Bairro. I'm in Bairro. Eu estou em Bairro. Eu estou em Lisbon. I'm in Lisbon. Now, em. Now, if you're going to combine this one gets a little tricky. If you combine this with the articles, okay, o, a, uma, these, it changes. It changes to with an N. So it's estou no carro. I'm in the car. Estou no carro. N-O. You put an N in front of things. Okay? It's a little different. Okay? You want to say the food is on the table? Yeah, your mom will yell this. You'll hear this a lot. My Brazilian mom, Berta, I love her, but every time dinner was ready, na mesa, na mesa. The food's on the table. Na mesa. On the table. Okay? Next, you have por and para. Por and para both mean for or to something. Okay, but they have slight differences. For, you want to think more of as a by or via or through. So I'm going like to Porto via Guimarães. Eu vou para Porto por Guimarães. By that way. Eu vou, or it's another way. Kind of like because of. For in the terms of because of that. Okay, eu fiz isso por causa de isso. I did that because of this, or that. Okay, I know it's a little confusing. I have a problem sometimes knowing the difference. Okay, Para is for as in directional wise, or I'm giving a gift to you. O presente é para ti. The present is for you. É para ti. Para. Okay? Now going back to the por has that conjugation as well. You put that with o, it's pelo. Por plus o, pelo. A, pela. Os, pelos, as, pelas. Okay? I know, it gets confusing, and this is a beginner course here, so no one's going to expect you to be perfect. But I'm just throwing these things out there, so when you see it, you don't think nos means multiple of no, or they're talking about we, which means ends up. Okay? So, there's another little thing here, Lisbon, Bairro. You also see a lot of graffiti around here. Unfortunately, you see it on the azulejos and stuff like that as well, which is a vergonha de cidade, which is an embarrassment to the city. Also, you'll see a lot of guys selling drugs, or they claim to be drugs, on the corners here at night. They're not really selling drugs. They're just selling like talcum powder and stuff like that, so the police can't really do anything because they're not selling real drugs. So you can see how some of these houses are, haven't been repaired for a long time, stuff's around the side, but again, this is a going out district. You don't live here to, raise a family. Usually you go out here to live, and they're trying to make this kind of a more, yuppie kind of place to make some more money. So, anyway, so if you're going out at night, Bairro is a fun place to go, and I hope you learned something about the articles, or not the articles, the prepositions, and that was from week 2. So good luck.